up the floor to Jack Hostrider. Watch out! Morfisi in the lane, kicks it out. 3-ball, Townsley, right wing, it's good!
Coverage of the Nebraska State Basketball Tournament is presented by App Foundation Repair, the NDOT Highway Safety Office, Roofing Service Company, High Electric, Southeast Community College, Members-Owned Credit Union, Union Bank and Trust, Mosaic, the Nebraska High School Sports Hall of Fame, Platte Valley Equipment, and Double Eagle Golf. Now calling all the action from Pinnacle Bank Arena, here's Nick Sainer.
Between 6 o'clock and 7:45 are the times that we'll get rolling for these two games. Nick Sainer joins you alongside for the night games every single day here in the state tournament. Husker Hall of Famer Eric Strickland. Stricky, what's up, man?
Nick, it's a pleasure to get a chance to work with you in this environment.
We haven't been able to yet. I called football games with Jay, and now it's basketball season, so it's time for you and I to get rolling at this thing.
Absolutely. I mean, obviously, Millard North comes in very strong, 2-2, number 2 in the state. It's going to be an interesting game. Not much depth on Lincoln North Star side, but we'll see if they'll give them a run.
They're going to announce the non-starters and starters, and we'll have an anthem here momentarily from PBA. But before we do, let's talk about this Lincoln North Star team, because I called the district final game at Pius X last week, or last Friday it was, between North Star and the Thunderbolts, and it was a whirlwind and a roller coaster of a game. North Star goes on the road, defeats the host team, the Thunderbolts, at Pius X. But here's what's crazy, Strick, and I'm not sure if you heard this yet. North Star was up by 5 in the fourth quarter with 5 seconds left. They were up by 5. They ended up going to overtime. They allowed Pius to score 5 points in less than 5 seconds to get it to overtime. They were trailing the entirety of overtime until Ani Liu, number 15, a freshman averaging 12 points per game, hit some acrobatic shot from the corner with 3 seconds left to go in overtime, lifted North Star to eventually win the game, and here they are in state taking on Millard North.
Well, that's what happens when you have the opportunity to step out on the court. It never is a situation where it's in the bag. You've got to go out, you got to play the game all the way through the end. The fact that they were able to pull it out, talking to Andy Markowski, felt really good going into that game that they were going to be strong, and then it ended up coming up with a loss. That's real tough, but kudos to Lincoln North Star for getting it done.
One player to watch on that North Star Gators team is Sarah Gatwich. We'll tell you guys more about her when we come back momentarily. It's the Gators and the Mustangs of Millard North coming up in just a few moments right here on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Where will your path take you, traveler? To seek fortune in a new career, or on a journey to distant lands for a well-deserved vacation? Wherever you go, one distraction could spell disaster. You can change your fate, adventurer. Don't drive distracted. Paid for by the NDOT Highway Safety Office.
Hey, Joe, check out my new ride. Pretty awesome, huh?
Whoa, that's a sweet convertible. You didn't, win this on a game show, right?
Nope, this is all me and my pals at Members-Owned Credit Union.
Oh, yeah, they're the people with the great auto loan rates.
And right now, everyone who transfers or gets a new auto loan has the chance to win a $1,000 gas gift card, too.
Well, you know what this means.
Road trip! Fuel your adventure with an auto loan from Members-Owned. Restrictions apply. Go to membersownedcu.org for details.
You don't think about your roof very often, but you should never take it for granted. Roofing Service Company takes every measure to provide you with the highest quality roofing solutions. Whether it's a new roof installation, roof repair, or a re-roofing project, their overall goal is to provide you with a pleasant experience and a long-lasting roof. If you have a need for siding or gutters, they're your place too. Visit roofingservicecompany.com for more info today.
Hey, it's Nicklin Hames from Nebraska Volleyball. I hate wasting time in practice, and I want to help you stop wasting your time when you're looking for an electrician. High Electric has been serving the area for over 30 years for both residential and commercial properties. They are experts in everything like remodeling, new additions, hot tub installation, and more. And they take jobs from Beatrice to Omaha and all towns, big or small, in between. Call them today at 402-466-6606 or learn more at high-electric.com.
What does continuing education mean to you? At Southeast Community College, it means helping you advance. Whether that's a certification to help your current career or learning an entirely new career in healthcare, trades and industry, or computers and technology, SCC can help you take the next step. Financial assistance is available too. Learn more about our continuing ed classes at southeast.edu/continuing education. SCC, your path to personal and professional development.
Are you worried about storm damage causing issues with your basement? Ep Foundation Repair fixes basements with supreme waterproofing and exact concrete leveling for residential or commercial clients. They service wet basements, leaky walls, damp crawl spaces, bowing or cracked bricks or drywall, and more. Whether you're in Southeast Nebraska, the Tri-Cities area, or Northeast Kansas, they'll easily make the trip to you. Get a free evaluation today by visiting WeFixBasements.com or call 402-804-1024. Ep Foundation Repair. We fix basements. Show me a team that fields a strong lineup season after season and you'll dominate. That's the way it's been at Platte Valley Equipment for decades. Whatever your task, their John Deere lineup of equipment handles it with ease. From riding mowers, compact tractor packages, to farm equipment, they can't be beat. That goes for the low monthly payments too. Visit PlatteValleyEquipment.com today. Proud sponsor of the 2023 NSAA Boys and Girls High School State Basketball Tournament.
Where will your path take you, traveler? To seek fortune in a new career, or on a journey to distant lands for a well-deserved vacation? Wherever you go, one distraction could spell disaster. You can change your fate, adventurer. Don't drive distracted. Paid for by the NDOT Highway Safety Office.
Now back to high school basketball on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Back here, Class A quarterfinal action from Pinnacle Bank Arena. Nick Sainer, Eric Strickland joining you on a Wednesday evening after a full day of basketball. It's time to begin the third session of games. Each session is compiled of 2 games. So far, we've gotten through 4, and here we have 2 more left to go and find out who's going to come away victorious and advance on to the semifinals. The Lincoln All-Star Gators coming in as the 7th seed. 17-7 overall this season, led by head coach Tommy Johnson. They made their way to state by defeating as the underdog. They made their way to state, defeating Pius X in the A6 district final game last Friday as Ani Lou hit a turnaround 3-point shot with just 2.7 seconds left on the clock. It's first time in school history for this girls basketball program here at the state tournament. They'll be facing off against the Millard North Mustangs, 22-2 this season under head coach Chris Paulson. They were the A4 district champions after they took down Omaha Central 62-47 late last week. Now, it is their 17th time in the state tournament in school history, so familiar territory for one of these teams, not so familiar territory for the other. One player to watch for Lincoln North Star today, Strick, is Sarah Gatwich, a sophomore guard averaging 12.5 points per game.
Yeah, these teams we faced earlier in the year, obviously, Millard North ended up with a 17-point win. But it's nerves sometimes.
Big time.
Your first time coming in, this team's been here 17 times, only winning the championship in 2019. They've been there before, so they're going to have a little bit more experience in this, already having a win. So hopefully they'll come out and make it a good game.
You mentioned the previous matchup between these 2 teams back on December 17th. Millard North defeated the Gators 57-40 as Lincoln North Star fell victim to the Mustangs. Let's go ahead and get you the starting lineups so far tonight. First for the 7th seed, the Lincoln North Star Gators, once again 17-7 overall, led by head coach Tommy Johnson. They started the season Fun fact, 2-5 overall before rattling off 12 of their 14 games and won those games for them during the regular season. Starting 5 for head coach Tommy Johnson. Number 2, Celicia Gray, a freshman averaging 8 points per game. And Sarah Gatwich, the guard that we talked about, just a sophomore, shooting 44% from the field this season. Number 14, Kendall Anderson. Number 15, Ani Liu, a freshman, one of the leading scorers, actually is the leading scorer for this Gators team as just a freshman. And then the man in the middle, number 45, Michaela Ray, a sophomore, shooting 48% from the field this season, but just averaging a little under 4 points per game. For the Millard North Mustangs, once again led by head coach Chris Paulson. So they'll send out there to begin things. Number 3, Sarah Harley. Number 10, Ellie McCarville. Number 11, Kayla Preston, the leading scorer, with 10.2 points per game. Number 14, April Smith, and then rounding out the starting 5 for Coach Paulson. Number 22, just a freshman, Izzy Galligan. So the Mustangs will be in their home white uniforms with Millard North across the chest, blue lettering, blue numbers, while the Gators in their road navies with white lettering and maroon numbers, I would say so. And the Gators control the tip, and they'll be going right to left from our vantage point, sitting here on the near side of the gym as Gray has it now right side. This is Ani Liu with it on the right wing. Throws it to Michaela Ray at top of the key. Almost gets taken away from her by Preston. And now bodies will fly on the hardwood. It'll be a jump ball. Possession arrow will give it to the Mustangs.
Good tie up. A little bit of nerves. Got a hand in there. That's what this Millard North team is going to do. They're going to apply a lot of pressure, and so they've got to be able to handle it tonight.
Just underway here, Millard North, Lincoln North Star Class A quarterfinal. The winner goes on to play the winner of our next game between Lincoln High and Millard West on Friday at 7:45 p.m. They get it down low now up top, right side, near side corner. This is Avril Smith with it. Now inside Preston, back to Smith on the far side, drives baseline off the glass. No good. And the cleanup on the miss by North Star, and they'll just try to break this. A little bit of extended defense by Millard North, but they show there was no resistance breaking that press. Is number 14, Kendall Anderson, a freshman averaging 10.7, dumps it off to Ani Liu on the right wing. She's guarded by Preston, got it knocked out of her hand momentarily. Now dribbles top of the key. Working on Preston is Liu. Lost possession of the basketball, but got it back. Now Gatwich drives in the lane off the back iron, too strong, and the defensive rebound by April Smith. So Millard North crosses the timeline as number 10, Ellie McCarville, kicks it out. Near corner, Preston thought about the three, decides to throw it to the free throw line where Smith is waiting, misses her initial look, but gets her own miss, and she'll be fouled on the way up. So Avril Smith will now go to the line to shoot 2 shots.
You got to do it zone. You got to be able to secure and find a body to put a body on a body to be able to secure the rebound. He's able to retrieve her own rebound on that one.
Smith's first free throw bounces around and down on the year, 55% from the charity stripe. And Millard North gets us rolling in the scoring column. They're up 1-0. So the second on the way, got it. So 2-0. Millard North still less than a minute and a half into this game. First quarter, Pinnacle Bank Arena, Nick Sainert, Eric Strickland with you. A little bit of full court press from Millard North, and Smith steals it and gets the layup to fall.
This is what you got to do. That 1-3-1 pressure, you've got to be able to find the right guys, and then you've got to attack it.
As the Gators break the press, Gatwich dumps it off to Celicia Gray, saves it from going out of bounds. Ani Liu's there, but her shot is going to be blocked by Avril Smith, and she'll dump it down to Ellie McCarville, who will cross the timeline, guarded by Celicia Gray, kicks it out. Now cross-court pass. This is Sarah Harley, with it. McCarville, 3, far corner, too strong, and the rebound will bounce out of the hands of Michaela Ray into Kayla Preston, but then she throws it away to the Gators. Celicia Gray in transition, too strong on the layup, and the miss is cleaned up by Izzy Galligan of Millard North. Kayla Preston, right side, kicks it back out near the logo to Ellie McCarville. Now she'll slow things down, make sure her offense is in formation and is ready to roll. Cross-court pass, Harley, left wing, bounce pass on the far corner. Pass deflected, but Millard North retains possession. Preston right in the middle at the free throw line, kicks it out near corner, right wing, left wing now, Harley. Thought about the shot, decides to dribble, drive, shot no good, and Michaela Ray cleans up the miss. So Gatwich will slowly bring it up for the Gators, still searching for their first points in this one. They trail Millard North 4-0. 5:14 to play, first quarter. Gatwich in the lane, gets her shot blocked by Avril Smith, and Avril Smith out and running. She'll kick it out. Galligan dribble, drive, dump down on the block to Preston, off the glass, too strong, but she is fouled. And she'll go to the line to shoot 2.
Gatwich with good penetration there. It's got to find that next person, whether it be to the corner or whether it be on the wing. Got a little bit of deep trouble there. And just wasn't able to finish the shot.
Gatwich is called for the foul, her first. Second team foul on Lincoln North Star. So now Kayla Preston, the senior, averaging just a little over 10 points per game, will go to the line where she connects on the first free throw. One more on the way.
As I said, this team isn't very deep, so they've got to be careful about fouling. Got to make sure the fouls count.
Lynn Davis has checked in for Millard North as the second free throw by Kayla Preston is no good. Now the Gators will try to break through this press of Millard North. They do so unsuccessfully, but April Smith will get called for a travel as she was kind of rolling around on the hardwood just a little bit after she stole the basketball from Lincoln North Star. So fortunately enough for Lincoln North Star, they'll get the basketball right back.
Some people may wonder about that traveling call, that she happened to be elevated and fell to her back. That's a different rule than what the NBA is, and so that's why that call is a travel.
Celicia Gray, to inbound. They'll get it back to Celicia Gray. She gets bumped hard, no foul, no whistle, and Gray will break the press, or close to break the press. Now she loses the basketball, bodies on the floor. Millard North will recover. Is that one of those strict that you would like to just see Gray just get past the timeline, get across the half-court line, then worry about everything else?
Yeah, tried to cross over right there in front of the defense, and that just made it really tough for her to secure that. They look very tired right now coming out.
Baseline dribble drive by Millard North. It'll go out of bounds off of the Gators. They're going to say Michaela Ray touched it last as she poked it out of the hands of Lynn Davis, who drove down the baseline. So Millard North will inbound it underneath their own bucket. They get it into Smith. Now Davis, left wing, takes a couple dribbles, kicks it out. McCarville driving, kicks, top of the key, floater in the lane off the glass, and it falls for Adeline Rooney. And Millard North leads early on, just about halfway through the first quarter of action, 7-0 over Lincoln North Star. Once again, Millard North the 2 seed, Lincoln North Star the 7 seed. As Gatwich has it, she'll pull up, 3 ball on the way. You betcha. Lincoln North Star is on the board with a Sarah Gatwich 3.
It's good to see her get one to fall early. Only shoot 25% from 3 right now, so to get one to fall early for her is great for her confidence.
Millard North leads 7-3, 3:40 to go, opening quarter. McCarville right side, now Rooney in the near corner to McCarville. Entry pass kicked out to Rooney. She's in the far, near side corner rather. Lynn Davis at the top of the key steals that pass away from Celicia Gray. McCarville drive, middle of the key, floater too strong, and defensive rebound corralled, but then taken away and knocked out of bounds, and will stay with the Gators. Looks like, and correct me if I'm wrong here, Strick, but it looks like, April Smith from Millard North is doing a lot of work down low and playing more physical, I should say, than Lincoln North Star.
Yeah, and what happens is you get these adrenaline dumps. You got so much emotion coming into this game, and that's where they look kind of tired. This pressure is what speed up a little bit.
Exactly, and Kayla Preston steals the inbound pass on the full court press and ends up hitting the layup. So Millard North now leads 9-3. Lincoln North Star trying to find answers. They find it to Gatwich, their leading scorer on the left wing, right where she hit a 3 just a moment ago. She's in the lane, dumps it down low, now kicks out. Anderson 3, too strong. Rebound Karam's out a couple times, bounces, still fighting for it on the floor, and now we'll have a foul called.
It'll be on the defense, on Lynn Davis.
So it's going to be
Lynn Davis.
Yeah.
The players that are on the floor. You just can't dive on the floor and you have to make contact.
So foul goes on Lynn Davis. She may have actually, I was kind of listening because the way the referee reacted, it seemed like she may have tried to kick or do some extracurriculars while they were both on the hardwood. So as Kayla Preston steals the inbound pass, it's a one-on-one break. No whistle, but she falls down to the court, and she gets the layup to fall. It's 11-3 Millard North.
Great finish by Kayla Preston. Great defense. They're just really active with their hands.
As Ani Liu goes back the other way, and she is fouled on her drive to the hoop. No good on the shot, so she'll go to the line to shoot 2. foul will go on number 32, Maya Soul, her first.
They have to make it. If you're going to press that way, that 1-3-1, if you break it, you got to make it. If you don't, that's going to be a long night for you if you're Lincoln North Star.
So Ani Liu at the line to shoot 2. First one on the way, too short off front iron.
It's a big night for a freshman.
Big time.
It's a big night for a freshman. They're going to need her to play well, though. They're going to need her to play well.
First state tournament appearance in girls basketball history for Lincoln North Star. Ani Liu at the line, dribbles twice, puts it up by her ear, and gets her second free throw to fall. So it's just a 7-point Millard North lead, 2:27 to go. Opening stanza here at Pinnacle Bank Arena. Nick Sander, Eric Strickland with you. Rooney, left side, now passes the right elbow. Preston off the glass, just a little too strong, and Ani Liu cleans up the miss for Lincoln North Star, and back the other way we go. Anderson and Liu playing pitch and catch here in the backcourt. Now Anderson drives hard, gets it taken away from her. She's a little out of control there, Strick, as Maya Soul just takes it away from her as she was trying to get maybe draw a foul or just get some better look at a shot. As Kayla Preston, left-handed layup, nice finish with the left hand by Kayla Preston.
That's going to be the open place in that zone. They're going to be right in the middle. She can have a big night, Kayla Preston, if she stays in there.
Ani Liu just stops and looks for help at the left elbow and gets it taken away from her by Adeline Rooney. Preston in the near corner, almost got it taken away from her by Michaela Ray. Now Maya Soul, left wing, dribble, drive, and she is going to be fouled by a Gator defender. I think this one might go on Michaela Ray. Wait. They sounded the horn right when. That's the one thing about sitting on this opposite side. Normally, when we're in a normal high school gym, you're sitting on the side of the scores table broadcasting the game so you can see what number the official puts up. And since they don't keep stats public for these early quarterfinal games, I'm not sure who that foul was on. There was two Gator defenders in the vicinity.
Okay, a little bit aggressive going through the screen there.
Okay, and Michaela Ray just picked up her second personal foul. That's big. That's big because since they only go through about a 6-man rotation here,
she's second in rebounding too. They're going to need her in the zone to rebound.
So Ellie McCarville, top of the key, now right side, cross-court pass the other way, right in front of the Gators bench. Now McCarville, top of the key, pass down on the elbow, kicks it out, 3-ball on the way by Izzy Galligan, no good, and the rebound corralled by Ani Liu of Lincoln North Star. Kendall Anderson trying to push the pace directly in front of us here on the left side. Now she'll dribble, crossover, dribble drive in the lane. Anderson goes up with it, misses it, but the rebound will carry him out to Salisha Gray. Now Anderson in the far corner. Thought about trying the step back three, decided to pass it up and give it to Salisha Gray. We're under a minute to go in the first quarter. 50 seconds remaining, opening quarter, 13-4 Millard North. Salisha Gray in traffic, no good on the layup, but she will go to the line to shoot 2 shots.
Great move, good step through right there to try to finish it. Now we got to be a free throw shooter here.
Foul goes on April Smith, her first. So now Salisha Gray will go to the line to shoot 2 shots, 49% from the free throw line this season, and she misses the first as it rattles around and out.
That's why you got to really focus on your drives. If you're not a very good free throw shooter, you want to try to make sure you finish them. So
and that one that she got fouled on, one is one that she would like to finish. She would. It wasn't out of the realm of possibility for her to connect on it. She hits the second free throw. It's 13-5. Mustangs out in front by 8. Entry pass down low on the right block to Preston. Great move and great finish by Kayla Preston to make it a double-digit lead for the first time tonight, 15-5. Sarah Gatwich will throw it cross court to Kendall Anderson on the right side. Now back to Gatwich directly in front of us. She hit a 3 just a moment ago. Gatwich, floater, rattles around and down. Nice shot by Sarah Gatwich. And the Lincoln North Star Gators trail by 8. 12 seconds remaining, first quarter. Ellie McCarville will bring it across the timeline, working left to right. Bounce pass it to Preston. Now pass on the right elbow, kicked out. 3-ball on the way, blocked out of bounds by Gatwich. 2.2 showing on the game clock. So 2.2 remaining, first quarter, 15-7. Millard North with an 8-point lead. Pass it to Smith at the horn. Layup can't go, and that will signal the end of the first quarter of play from Pinnacle Bank Arena. Your score: Millard North, the 2 seed, leads number 7 seed Lincoln North Star 15-7 at the end of quarter number 1. We'll be back in 60 seconds. You're listening to Class A girls quarterfinal action right here on 93.7 The Ticket. Are you worried about storm damage causing issues with your basements? F Foundation Repair fixes basements with supreme waterproofing and exact concrete leveling for residential or commercial clients. They service wet basements, leaky walls, damp crawl spaces, bowing or cracked bricks or drywall, and more. Whether you're in southeast Nebraska, the Tri-Cities area, or northeast Kansas, they'll easily make the trip to you. Get a free evaluation today by visiting WeFixBasements.com or call 402-804-1024. F Foundation Repair. We fix basements. Show me a team that fields a strong lineup season after season and you'll dominate. That's the way it's been at Platte Valley Equipment for decades. Whatever your task, their John Deere lineup of equipment handles it with ease. From riding mowers, compact tractor packages, to farm equipment, they can't be beat. That goes for the low monthly payments too. Visit PlatteValleyEquipment.com today. Proud sponsor of the 2023 NSAA Boys and Girls High School State Basketball Tournament.
Now back to high school basketball on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Nick Sainert, Eric Strickland back with you from Pinnacle Bank Arena. Millard North leads 15-7 over Lincoln North Star. Gators will get the basketball to begin things here in quarter number 2. Strick, thoughts on that first quarter?
Well, I mean, listen, they were able to sustain. They're only down, 8?
Yeah.
They're only down 8 points, and so that's good for them. They've got to feel comfortable about that.
Ani Liu takes a 3, just a little too strong, but Celicia Gray's there to clean up the miss. Tries another opportunity at it for North Star, and now tries to kick it out, but it'll be taken away by Smith. And here come the Mustangs.
Point blank miss.
Right side, it's going to be Briley Nelson. Now McCarville in the near side corner. Pass down low on the left block to a wide open Mustang. That was Avril Smith. She is fouled, and she'll go to the line to shoot 2.
They're finding open areas in that zone. Working very well on the inside and the interior to find space to be able to create opportunities to score.
Foul goes on Ani Liu, her first. Sorry to cut you off.
No, not at all.
Avril Smith goes to the line, shoot 2 more. First one on the way, no good. 7:28 to go, quarter number 2. 15-7. Millard North Mustangs out in front by 8. Second one is good for Smith.
Back into that zone.
So Millard North will continue to extend their defensive pressure. We'll see if Lincoln North Star has adjusted any better, and they do beat the press relatively easy as they find Ani Liu on a nice cut. She stops right at the block, decides to pass out of it, finds Kendall Anderson right in front of the Millard North bench on the far side. Behind the back dribble, now Ani Liu in the far corner. Dribble drive baseline, pass is going to be deflected, knocked out of bounds. Last touch by Millard North, so it'll stay with Lincoln North Star.
This could be a big night. Could be a great night for Kayla Preston if she continues to work inside like she's working tonight.
7:05 to go, 12 seconds on the shot clock. We are now under 10 seconds on the shot clock, 8 to be exact, as Kendall Anderson has it. She'll shoot up a 3, and that's a big 3 for Kendall Anderson and Lincoln North Star as they trim the Mustang lead to 6.
Kendall Anderson from deep water right there, all bottom.
So cross-court pass. This is Briley Nelson now in the near corner. McCarville will try to answer with a trifecta of her own, too strong, and Michaela Ray tracks down the miss for Lincoln North Star. Kendall Anderson bringing it across the timeline, working right to left. She's met by McCarville. Now she'll stand and set things up at the H of the Huskers logo. Hand it off to Gatwich. Has it at the top of the key. Gatwich drives. Tried to kick it out. Got the loose ball back. Still looking. Michaela Ray will try a 3 from the corner. Way too strong.
Close the door.
The air ball will be corralled by Millard North. McCarville almost got her pocket picked by Celicia Gray. Now finds Smith. Back to McCarville. Now in the far corner. 3-ball. Briley Nelson. Got it. Briley Nelson puts the Mustangs up 9, 19-10. Here come the Gators. Michaela Ray to Gatwich on the left side. She's met by Briley Nelson on the left wing. Gets a screen right from Michaela Ray. Right-handed up and under. Got it. 19-12.
They should be able to get a lot of that screen roll action with Gatwich. Looks good. They need to continue that action.
And there are very few players on this floor that are as quick as Sarah Gatwich is. So McCarville, top of the key, now right side. Briley Nelson just hit a three a moment ago. Now she'll pass it, and 3-ball by Izzy Galligan is no good. Offensive rebound, but we'll have a jump ball called. Possession arrow keeps it with the Millard North Mustangs.
Sarah Harley back into the game.
So 5:25 to go, second quarter, 19-12. Millard North with the lead over the Gators. Millard North basketball inbound to Preston. Now Harley, right wing, gives it to McCarville. Harley, top of the key. Left side, Briley Nelson back to Harley. Just lost possession of the basketball. She tried to pass it. It might have slipped through her hands as Anderson will slow things down as they don't have numbers. Celicia Gray trailing 3-ball just off to the left. Offensive board by Ani Liu and kicks it out to Gatwich. Left side, Gatwich, dribble, kick. Michaela Ray stepped on the base, or excuse me, stepped on the sideline.
Stepped out. Had a good look at one, too.
Yep.
Just put a little foot back.
Yep. 19-12. Millard North out in front by 7. 4:57 to play, first half. Winner of this game plays the winner of our next game, Lincoln High and Millard West, coming up approximately 7:45. As McCarville will dribble it across the timeline, bounce pass it to Harley. Now she has it at the top of the key. Pass deflected, taken away by the Gators, and Ani Liu, thanks to the deflection by Celicia Gray. Got numbers. Ani Liu in transition. Got the layup to fall with the foul.
Ani Liu strong to the basket with the right-hand finish and one.
So now Ani Liu will go to the line to shoot one shot. She's 64% from the charity stripe this season. And just like that, if she can convert on this free throw, it's a 4-point ball game.
And they're not a very good free throw shooting team at all. No, so they need these opportunities to be able to stay in this game.
Liu's free throw on the way. It will rattle around and down. It's 19-15. Millard North, their lead cut to 4. So McCarville brings it up. Now passes to the right side. Briley Nelson back to McCarville on a little give and go. Top of the key, Maya Sold. Thought about trying the 3. Decides to go up strong with it. Offensive rebound. Tipped out of bounds off the miss. And it will stay with Millard North as Kate Stevens' shot was no good on the follow-up. And then it was deflected out of bounds. Mustangs retain possession. Now Kate Stevens with it on the far side. Takes 2 dribbles. Throws at the top of the key. Now McCarville. Reset the offense. Got plenty of time left on the shot clock. 4:11 to go in the second quarter. McCarville, far corner. Now top of the key, Maya Soul. Left side, McCarville. Top of the key, once again, Adeline Rooney. Mustangs just working it around the perimeter. Now Rooney will pop a 3 just off to the right. Soul gets the offensive rebound. Goes up strong with it. Off the glass, and it falls with the foul. Maya Soul cleans up the offensive glass, turns around, takes 1 power dribble, and throws up a layup with the right hand, and is fouled in the meantime.
You can see their hands are on their waist, their hands are on their knees. They're struggling a little bit. The zone. See, there's a little lack of attention to detail in the block out there.
And off the missed free throw, Mustangs get the offensive board. A 3-ball by Maya Soul is no good. And Lincoln North Star caught a little bit of a break there. They trail this one 21-15, 3:37 to play, second quarter. Kendall Anderson working on McCarville. Now Gatwich will reset. Calls for a screen from Michaela Ray on the right side. She chooses to use it. Now Gatwich driving out of control, but she gets bailed out with a foul. She was behind the backboard when she shot that. And that's one thing that I talked about earlier today, Strick. The depth perception, how much it changes from a high school gym compared to playing when you're in here. I mean, if you're shooting a 3-ball in PBA, normally you're used to just seeing a concrete wall behind the glass. Here you have it. It feels like it goes on for forever and ever when you can see through the backboard.
Absolutely. And you've got to figure, too, that they're not used to playing in this size of arena, gym, meaning it's 94 feet.
Yep.
As opposed to a little bit shorter when you're going to a high school gym. So this is where fatigue could creep in a little bit in this game.
Especially when the Gators only have about a 6, maybe stretch 7 rotation game in and game out. Especially when you get to the later rounds, you can really start to see that fatigue creep in if you're not deep enough. Gatwich able to connect on both free throws. It's back to just a 4-point Millard North lead as Galligan splits through a couple of defenders, but now on the takeaway, Lincoln North Star, number 22, Olivia Anderson, is fouled, trying to send it the other way.
They'll both be in the bonus after this next foul on both sides.
So 3:17 to play, first half, 21-17, Millard North out in front of Lincoln North Star. It was a 10-point Mustang lead at one point that's now been trimmed to just 4. Pass to the right side, lazy pass by Sarah Gatwich to the right wing, trying to get it to Kendall Anderson.
Ooh,
now Adeline Rooney hesitates, and they're going to say Rooney touched it last as it went out of bounds. Man, that was a really heads-up play of having body control as well.
Yeah, great hezzy there. Just happened to not control it as she was trying to shift it from the right to the left on the crossover.
So Lincoln North Star, once again, after they commit a turnover, they kind of catch a break, and they force another turnover off of just some misexecution by Millard North. 3:06 to play, and an inbound pass is now taken away by the Mustangs. Averill Smith cross-court pass. Adeline Rooney now left side, right side to Galligan in the corner. Lynn Davis now back to Galligan. Mustangs working it around the perimeter. Now top of the key, entry pass to the elbow. Kicks it out, taken away by Gatwich. Some high-level passing going on by Millard North, or I should say good ball movement going on by Millard North, but then there's just that one pass that's a little later in the shot clock that gets taken away by Lincoln North Star. Kendall Anderson gets it to Sleisha Gray. She'll drive baseline. Right side, nobody cut her off, and she gets the layup to fall. It's 21-19.
That'll be there for her all night. Sleisha Gray, strong right-hand drive to the basket to finish.
Pass deflected, intended for Kayla Preston, and Sleisha Gray gets her mitts on it. Here comes Kendall Anderson and the Gators. Anderson slowing things down. Passes right side, Gray for the Gator lead. Got it! Sleisha Gray with a 5-0 personal run. And in the blink of an eye with 2:07 to go in the first half, Lincoln North Star takes the lead 22-21 over Millard North. We'll be back in 30 seconds. You're listening to high school basketball on 93.7 The Ticket.
Where will your path take you, traveler? To seek fortune in a new career? Or on a journey to distant lands for a well-deserved vacation? Wherever you go, one distraction could spell disaster. You can change your fate, adventurer. Don't drive distracted. Paid for by the NDOT Highway Safety Office.
Now back to high school basketball on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
So Strick and I were just talking during the break. Sleisha Gray, on a little 5-0 personal run, has given Lincoln North Star a 1-point lead, 22-21 with just over 2 minutes to go in the first half. Sleisha Gray pulled up at the beginning of the possession, and she's shooting 17% from beyond the arc this season.
Yeah, I mean, no hesitation either. And they needed that break. I mean, they got it from Millard
Big
North.
time.
Little timeout, get your breath, come back out, play some good D.
Yeah, Millard North had to call a timeout, which is beneficial to Lincoln North Star. It's going to help their intensity on both sides, but especially the defensive side where they've gotten a couple turnovers. They almost got another one again as passes deflected but retrieved by Ellie McCarville of Millard North. Now in the far corner, Harley gets trapped by 2 Gator defenders. Harley looking for answers, and it gets taken away from her by Olivia Anderson. Here comes Lincoln North Star trying to break this press, and Coach Tommy Johnson is going to have to call a timeout as Ani Lou
got kind of caught over there in the no man's zone.
Yep, exactly.
No man's land.
And right up against the sideline where nobody could really help her out either. So 1:37 to go, second quarter, 22-21. Lincoln North Star with a 1-point lead. Once again, we'll have another game coming up after this one at 7:45 or around that time, 25 minutes, I should say, after the conclusion of this game. We will have Lincoln High and Millard West. Obviously, Lincoln High coached by former Husker Dominique Kelly. Dominique Kelly won a state title with Lincoln Northeast in 2004, and Lincoln High and Dominique Kelly was able to beat Lincoln Northeast in the district final just last week, so that's how they got here to state. Dominique Kelly actually beat her former teammate while at Lincoln Northeast, Charity Iramuania, who's the head coach at Lincoln Northeast. So a little bit of cool storylines there, but Dominique Kelly for the second year in a row gets her links to state, and that's going to be a good one coming up in about an hour and a half or so here on the ticket. So Celicia Gray out of the timeout will bring it across the timeline. She has it right side, crosses over a couple times on a Averill Smith, kicks it out. Gatwich with a three, too short. Rebound still being fought for on the floor, and we have a timeout called by Millard North just to retain possession as Ellie McCarville was holding on to that basketball for dear life on the floor. It's just a 30-second timeout, so we'll go ahead and keep it right here. But going back to that Lynx team, they got a player by the name of Divine Harris and Brianna Robinson, who are some fun players to watch. And Millard West, once again, Millard West on the year, they're the 6th seed, 17-7 on the year, and while the Lynx are 23-1. So that's going to be a good game coming up here shortly.
Well, listen, the only mire on their record, 23-1, was to Bellevue East, who just lost to Bellevue West a little bit earlier. They got blown out, 74-46 by Bellevue East. So I know they're going to come in here hoping to change their numbers and get a state title when they run in here in Pinnacle.
And one thing I will say, going back to last year, even on the girl, because since the girls team made it last year, I got to see the kind of crowd that Lincoln High drew when they make it to state. And they have a good support system coming into PBA tonight, I'm sure, here in about an hour and a half or so. Out of the timeout, Averill Smith in the lane, too strong on the layup. That's a bunny that she's going to want to have back. And Kendall Anderson gets the defensive rebound. She almost gets her pocket picked, and now she does, as the Mustangs have another crack at it with 50 seconds remaining in the second quarter. Smith left side, now to Harley. She'll try a three ball. You betcha. Sarah Harley puts the Mustangs up by 2, 24-22, with less than 40 seconds to go in the first half.
Wheels are starting to fall off a little bit.
Lincoln North Star starting to speed up a little bit. It's not their style of play as they commit a turnover. And here comes Millard North back with 26 seconds on the game clock. It's about a 1 second differential between shot clock and game clock. McCarville to Harley. She'll try for back-to-back. Too short. Offensive rebound. Smith put back. It falls. Averill Smith cleaned up the miss for Millard North and got the second chance to fall. Gatwich now in transition, crosses the timeline, spin move, 3 seconds on the clock. Gatwich at the horn, too strong, and that will be the end of the first half with your score. Millard North 26, Lincoln North Star 22. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back in a couple minutes to break the first half down and tell you more about the game coming up in a little bit. From Pinnacle Bank Arena, Nick Sander and Eric Strickland joining you for some Class A girls quarterfinal action here at the state tournament. We'll be back in a couple minutes on 93.7 The Ticket.
You don't think about your roof very often, but you should never take it for granted. Roofing Service Company takes every measure to provide you with the highest quality roofing solutions. Whether it's a new roof installation, roof repair, or a re-roofing project, their overall goal is to provide you with a pleasant experience and a long-lasting roof. If you have a need for siding or gutters, they're your place too. Visit roofingservicecompany.com for more info today.
Hey, it's Nicklin Hames from Nebraska Volleyball. I hate wasting time in practice, and I want to help you stop wasting your time when you're looking for an electrician. High Electric has been serving the area for over 30 years for both residential and commercial properties. They are experts in everything like remodeling, new additions, hot tub installation, and more. And they take jobs from Beatrice to Omaha and all towns, big or small, in between. Call them today at 402-466-6606 or learn more at high-electric.com.
Hey, Joe, check out my new ride. Pretty awesome, huh?
Whoa, that's a sweet convertible. You didn't win this on a game show, right?
Nope, this is all me and my pals at Members Own Credit Union.
Oh yeah, they're the people with the great auto loan rates.
And right now, everyone who transfers or gets a new auto loan has the chance to win a $1,000 gas gift card too.
Well, you know what this means.
Road trip. Fuel your adventure with an auto loan from Members Own. Restrictions apply. Go to membersowncu.org for details.
What does continuing education mean to you? At Southeast Community College, it means helping you advance. Whether that's a certification to help your current career or learning an entirely new career in healthcare, trades and industry, or computers and technology, SCC can help you take the next step. Financial assistance is available too. Learn more about our continuing ed classes at southeast.edu/continuing education. SCC, your path to personal and professional development.
Are you worried about storm damage causing issues with your basement? F Foundation Repair fixes basements with supreme waterproofing and exact concrete leveling for residential or commercial clients. They service wet basements, leaky walls, damp crawl spaces, bowing or cracked bricks or drywall, and more. Whether you're in Southeast Nebraska, the Tri-Cities area, or Northeast Kansas, they'll easily make the trip to you. Get a free evaluation today by visiting WeFixBasements.com or call 402-804-1024. F Foundation Repair. We fix basements. High school basketball fans, take a trip over to the Nebraska High School Sports Hall of Fame while you're in town for state hoops. Admission is free, and it's a great way to learn about some of the greatest athletes and teams to come out of the state, from recently to over 100 years ago in all sports. Learn more about names like Gale Sayers, Johnny Rogers, Bob Gibson, Tom Osborne, and more. Open Wednesday through Friday from 1 to 4 p.m. It's the Nebraska High School Sports Hall of Fame, just north of Haymarket Park at 500 Charleston Street.
At Mosaic, we build a caring company for the people we serve in our workforce. You can be a part of it. Mosaic supports people with intellectual and developmental disabilities and other diverse needs to choose where they live, with whom they live, and how they spend their days. That is empowering. Do you know someone who could use that type of support? You could become a shared living provider and work from home, or help support people to be active in the community. To learn more, visit mosaicinfo.org. That's MOSAICINFO.org.
This is Sam Griesel from the Nebraska men's basketball team. I'm here to tell you about my favorite men's store in Nebraska, and that's Gary Michaels Clothiers in Lincoln. When I went off to college, I purchased my suit from them and another when I attended Big Ten Media Day. Their fashion sense, clothing knowledge, and tailoring is unparalleled. Simply said, no one does it better than Gary Michaels Clothiers, located in Village Gardens, 56th and Pine Lake Road, Lincoln.
Hey guys, this is Lindsay Teal from Nebraska Golf Team. Imagine golfing the best courses in the world. St. Andrews, Pebble Beach, Southern Hills, the best of the best. You can play those courses and more without ever leaving the city of Lincoln at Double Eagle Golf. Double Eagle has the city's best golf simulators, 5 high-quality bays that track ball speed, launch angle, club speed, spin rate, and more to give you the most accurate gameplay. Check it out for yourself year-round. Double Eagle Golf, just 5 minutes from downtown at the Kinetic Sports Complex on West O Street.
There's nothing quite like the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese Beef. The Mercado offers unique ingredients you can't find anywhere else, open every day from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. The full-service butcher shop and retail store is wonderful for meat lovers with their exclusive certified Piedmontese beef and assorted sausages, plus other quality meats, including pork, chicken, and a wide range of the freshest seafood. Plus, every Friday from 11 to 2, the Mercado serves up the best lunch in town on their Friday Feast menu. Stop in at the Mercado today at 84th and Havelock, or visit their website at cpmercado.com to see current deals.
Are you worried about storm damage causing issues with your basement? F Foundation Repair fixes basements with supreme waterproofing and exact concrete leveling for residential or commercial clients. They service wet basements, leaky walls, damp crawl spaces, bowing or cracked bricks or drywall, and more. Whether you're in Southeast Nebraska, the Tri-Cities area, or Northeast Kansas, they'll easily make the trip to you. Get a free evaluation today by visiting WeFixBasements.com or call 402-804-1024. F Foundation Repair. We fix basements.
Rashawn Jackson here for Bauer Underground, who has been serving local contractors and utility contractors all across the state since 1997. When you see the black and white trucks, you know the baddest dudes in the business have arrived. Bauer is currently looking for equipment operators, laborers, diesel mechanics, and aerial linemen. Join the brotherhood built on hard work, authentic people, and pedigree of success. Bauer, a family-friendly company who reminds you, go Big Red!
Now back to high school basketball on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Nick Sainert, Eric Strickland back with you from Pinnacle Bank Arena. 26-22, Millard North leads by 4 at the break over 7-seeded Lincoln North Star. And Strick, this was a weird first half because it looked like for a moment there we were on our way to a blowout. And Millard North was up by double digits at one point. And then lo and behold, Celicia Gray and company comes storming back. Celicia Gray gets a baseline layup to fall, then comes back, hits a transition, pull-up 3-ball to give them the lead at 22-21 before Millard North retook the lead at 26-22. But, I mean, that was kind of a weird first half because we were going towards what it felt like a blowout, but then lo and behold, once again, Lincoln North Star comes back?
Well, they don't have a big margin for error. They can't make little mistakes, little lackluster pass, coming out in the press, little things like that, turnovers, little dribbles off the knees, not securing the ball when you have the opportunities, especially on rebounds, a lot of standing around. Those little things cost them. They actually could have this lead right now, but those few little mistakes is the difference between this game right now.
Yeah, and we've seen some lazy, just effortless passing from both sides, and that was a big reason why Lincoln North Star was at such a big deficit early on in this game, is because they had a difficult time breaking the press of Millard North. We saw that earlier today in the Millard South game that Carter called earlier today, is that Lincoln Southwest just couldn't get even past half court because of the extended defensive pressure of their opponent. I think at one point they had 4 turnovers in a row that they had inbounded that resulted in points for Millard South because they couldn't get past half court. That was somewhat of a similar case here in the first half early on. Then Lincoln North Star started to be able to defeat that press and get past it, get across half court. And then, it's just, it's bombs away for Sarah Gatwich and Celicia Gray and them to go to work, even Ani Liu to some certain extent. Something to watch. Michaela Ray does have 2 fouls, the post player for Lincoln North Star. And we've talked a couple times tonight how they're not very deep.
Not very deep at all. And one of the things is, again, we're talking about the length of the court.
Yep.
There's going to be a lot of things in transition. The speed of the game being picked up as far as the defensive pressure being full court. You kind of start to speed up your game, your mentality, and the length of that court is going to take effect.
Yeah.
We got to see how they come out to start this third quarter, and that's going to be the difference on whether a run happens for Millard North or they're able to stay in this game.
Another interesting thing for Millard North, Kayla Preston started out lights out from the field. She asserted herself both offensively and defensively, was relatively quiet throughout that duration of the second quarter. We'll see if she can make her mark once again. The leading scorer for this Millard North Mustangs is Kayla Preston at 10.5 points per contest. Preston is one of the few seniors on this Millard North team. One thing I will say before we take a break and get ready for the third quarter, that's what Lincoln North Star is, extremely young. I mean, if you look at their starting lineup, it consisted of a freshman, a sophomore, a freshman, another freshman, and another sophomore. They have 1 senior on their roster, Greta Zastro, and she doesn't play very often. So when you look at the future for Tommy Johnson's North Star Gators, it is bright whatever happens here in this year's tournament.
Yeah, exactly. That's kind of crazy that your senior leadership didn't lead you to this state tournament appearance here, and then you've got a lot of youth. They're only going to get better. This experience of this state tournament is going to help them tremendously going forward. And if they can pull out a win, wow, what a blow to their confidence it can be for their program.
Yeah, once again, the first state tournament appearance in school history for this Lincoln North Star Gators girls basketball program. So impressive feat so far by Tommy Johnson's squad. Let's see if they can keep it rolling here in the second half. We're a couple minutes away from getting the third quarter up and rolling, so we'll go ahead and take a timeout. When we come back, it's time for the second half. Once again, at half, Millard North leads Lincoln North Star 26-22. We'll be right back on The Ticket.
At Union Bank, people don't have your money. Your money has people. First home people, investment people, people who answer the phone and your chats, dream car people, dream retirement people, driving your dream car in your dream retirement people, small business people, credit card people, and all the other people you need. At Union Bank, our people help you do more than you dreamed possible. So stop in and say hello. We can't wait to see you. Union Bank and Trust. Member FDIC.
Hey, it's Nicklin Hames from Nebraska Volleyball. I hate wasting time in practice, and I want to help you stop wasting your time when you're looking for an electrician. High Electric has been serving the area for over 30 years for both residential and commercial properties. They are experts in everything like remodeling, new additions, hot tub installation, and more. And they take jobs from Beatrice to Omaha and all towns, big or small, in between. Call them today at 402-466-6606 or learn more at high-electric.com.
Show me a team that fields a strong lineup season after season, and you'll dominate. That's the way it's been at Platte Valley Equipment for decades. Whatever your task, their John Deere lineup of equipment handles it with ease. From riding mowers, compact tractor packages, to farm equipment, they can't be beat. That goes for the low monthly payments, too. Visit PlatteValleyEquipment.com today. Proud sponsor of the 2023 NSAA Boys and Girls High School State Basketball Tournament.
Where will your path take you, traveler? To seek fortune in a new career? Or on a journey to distant lands for a well-deserved vacation? Wherever you go, one distraction could spell disaster. You can change your fate, adventurer. Don't drive distracted. Paid for by the NDOT Highway Safety Office.
You don't think about your roof very often, but you should never take it for granted. Roofing Service Company takes every measure to provide you with the highest quality roofing solutions. Whether it's a new roof installation, roof repair, or a re-roofing project, their overall goal is to provide you with a pleasant experience and a long-lasting roof. If you have a need for siding or gutters, they're your place too. Visit roofingservicecompany.com for more info today.
Now back to high school basketball on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
To begin things here in the third quarter of action, it'll be Lincoln North Star basketball trailing 26-22 to Millard North. Nick Sainert, Eric Strickland once again with you. As this pass will go, or inbound pass, will go into the backcourt, tracked down by Ani Liu of Lincoln North Star. She'll bring it back across the timeline. Liu with it right side. Gives it to Kendall Anderson in the corner, and she'll dribble it off her foot. It'll go to Millard North.
That's the thing I was talking about. Those little mistakes you just can't have. There's an opportunity. You had a great look at it. Gatwick at the rim, missed that, get an opportunity back, and then just can't get another shot.
7.5 to go, third quarter, 26-22. The 2 seed, Millard North, leads the 7 seed, Lincoln North Star here, just underway in the third quarter. Galligan with it, top of the key, now to Smith in the near corner, to Kayla Preston. Preston in the lane, she is going to get called for a travel, and I think that's the right call. I think they wanted a foul, Millard North that is, but Preston was a little bit out of control, and she lost possession of that basketball and then hit the floor. So it'll be Gator basketball as the Mustangs will extend their defense once again. Anderson will try to push the pace, gets it up to Salisha Gray, and she'll cross the timeline with just a few seconds remaining in that 10-second clock. As now Ani Liu with it on the right side, dribble, drive, Liu in the lane, takes the contact, no foul, but missed the layup. And now that's 2 easy layups that Lincoln North Star has now failed to convert.
Yeah, those are opportunities you gotta, if you want to upset.
Yeah,
you gotta finish those.
So now McCarville with it, wide open 3-ball, trying to give the Millard North Mustangs a bigger lead, is unable to do so. And here comes Kendall Anderson and company. Anderson will flare out, thought about popping the tray, but decided to pass down low. Michaela Ray, pass deflected, taken away by Kayla Preston. It's a one-on-one break. Preston in the lane, hesitates, dumps it off to McCarville, right on the right block. Now she'll have to kick it out to Galligan. Not bad transition defense there by the Gators. 3-ball on the way. Good by Sarah Harley, the sophomore. She gives Millard North a 29-22 lead.
There it is. I mean, you're looking at a 5-point swing, easy, if not 7.
7 with those two missed layups there as Gatwich will have it, drives, left-handed layup off the glass, way too strong. A little bit of an out-of-control shot there by Sarah Gatwich. And so Millard North will bring it up the floor and cross the timeline with 5:50 to go in the third quarter.
They don't want to let this get out of hand.
Yeah.
Especially in the start of this third quarter.
Harley will try for another 3, and she hits another 3. And just like that, it's a 10-point ball game. And now this is where we've seen Lincoln North Star start to speed up. But Gatwich will try to slow it down. She needs to get across the timeline, splits the 2 defenders. Now does so. Gatwich floater off to the left, and Kayla Preston corrals the miss. So once again, multiple opportunities at the basket, but also just getting out of sorts. They're getting rushed, Lincoln North Star is, and when they get sped up, that doesn't accommodate well for, number one, their lack of depth or their roster.
Look at the standing around.
Yeah.
Hands on hips. They're really tired. That's that length of this court starting to take effect.
So here's Galligan, top of the key. Try to get it left side to Harley, who's hit back-to-back 3s, now does so. Top of the key is Harley. The sophomore pass taken away by Michaela Ray. Nice little defensive play there by Michaela Ray, number 45. Salisha Gray in transition. No good on the layup. Michaela Ray there to clean up the miss, and she can't hit the follow-up layup either. So back the other way we go. with Sarah Harley on the right side. Bounce past Galligan. Down low on the block, Preston takes it away from her own teammate. Now kicks it out. Harley, three. You betcha. Sarah Harley with
fire.
3 straight three-pointers.
On fire. Just opened up that lead so quickly in the third quarter.
Yeah, in a blink of an eye. Now we have a steal as Averill Smith in the lane gets the layup to fall, and Tommy Johnson needs to talk things over because in a literal blink of an eye, Millard North has taken a 37-22 lead, a 15-point ball game, where at one point we were sitting here at the start of the third quarter saying this should be a tied ball game, 26-26, because of 2 missed layups right on the doorstep from Lincoln North Star.
Absolutely, and this is the thing that I'm talking about. There's no answers coming off the bench. There's nobody that's there to help you. You're going to have to figure this out, get in a timeout, settle down, run your offense, and work yourself back into it.
Yeah.
Right now, it's multiple ways of playing the game.
Yeah, unfortunately, there's nobody that you can say, all right, this is somebody that can give us a spark off the bench, either a spark or just get us fresh legs to just give our starters some relief if you're Lincoln North Star. So 37-22, it's a 15-point ball game, 4:15 to play in the third quarter here at Pinnacle Bank Arena. Class A quarterfinal action. Winner of this game plays the winner of Lincoln High Millard West. That game is to come about 25 minutes following the conclusion of this one. So we'll have, once again, after today, we're right back at it tomorrow, 9 a.m. Carter's on the call for a Class C game. And then it's Class B all afternoon tomorrow.
When I talk about multiple ways, right now, you're down 15. You're still early in the third quarter. You've just got to say, cut it to single digits.
Yeah.
Don't try to get it back all at once. It's not going to happen. There's no 15-point shot.
Well, and they're at a moment in the game right now where as we have almost a takeaway, but we have a foul called on Lynn Davis. That'll be Davis's second. But we're at a point in the game here where you still are just halfway through the third quarter. There's plenty of game left where it's if you can stay disciplined and not get sped up, right, because we don't want Lincoln North Star to get sped up. And as there's a wide open player down the floor and they get a takeaway, do the Millard North Mustangs once again. Lynn Davis will will stop. Maya Soul gets her shot blocked by Gatwich. Nice athletic play there by Sarah Gatwich. Now she'll bring it back the other way, right side. Gatwich in the lane, takes the contact, gets the layup to fall, and that's a big layup there for Gatwich to see one fall.
A little finger roll, little spin off the glass.
Lynn Davis trying the three on the other end, and it airballs it, so it'll be Lincoln North Star basketball. But unfortunately for the Gators here, that gives Millard North an opportunity to set up their extended defense.
Set up the press. That's not a good shot there.
No.
I mean, this is when you want to pound it inside.
Yep.
You want to find your best players at this point. Definitely Kayla Preston on the inside and hopefully get to the free throw line.
Especially with Michaela Ray having 2 personal fouls.
Yeah, exactly.
So 37-24, Millard North up by 13. Inbound pass deflected. Lynn Davis takes it away, and she is fouled on the layup by number 14, Kendall Anderson. It is Anderson's second personal foul, the first team foul on the Gators here in the second half.
They've got to find a way to get Ani Liu going.
Yeah.
She's one of your top scorers. She hasn't got many of opportunities to get a good look at it. She's seeming to handle the ball a lot, but they've got to find a way to get her going.
3:40 to go, quarter number 3. Second free throw at the line for Lynn Davis. After she missed the first, she connects on the second. So now the Millard North lead is 14 as they inbound it to Olivia Anderson. Ani Liu will cross the timeline, dump it off Anderson to Olivia Anderson, I should say. Now Ani Liu 3-ball just off to the right. Just had a great look at it from the top of the key, just unable to connect as here comes Millard North trying to attack onto their lead. McCarville finds a wide open teammate underneath the bucket as Kate Stevens was unable to hold on to the initial pass. Tried to get it out to the perimeter, but then it was kicked out of bounds last touch by the Gators. Millard North will keep possession underneath their own bucket.
And this is where you're seeing they're taking advantage of their depth right now.
Yeah.
They're going to their bench a little bit, getting their starters a breath, and come back and finish this game.
So Kate Stevens kicks it out. McCarville may have gotten away with the travel there. And she gets the floater to go.
A little walkie-talkie.
Yeah, just a little bit there, but she gets the floater to go nonetheless. It's 40-24 Millard North, and the Gators, faced with the task of defeating that press, they do so as Alicia Gray kicks it out to Lou. Lou, mid-range jumper, just as strong, and The defensive rebound corralled by Adeline Rooney. So Rooney pushing the pace. Millard North out and running. McCarville right side as she flared out to the perimeter. McCarville spin move, kicks it out to Kate Stevens. Dribble drive, gets doubled by Sarah Gatwich and Olivia Anderson, and we'll have a jump ball, keeping it with the Mustangs.
McCarville is the one they need to kind of go to kind of help keep things settled down, get them good shots, and then just find the open areas in the zone. Got to continue to pound away.
So Millard North sideline inbound as the alternating possession kept it with the Mustangs. Adeline Rooney with it directly in front of us here courtside at Pinnacle Bank Arena. Nice backside pass there to Kate Stevens, just unable to connect on the layup. Has her hands on her head. She knows she missed an easy one there. Basketball will go to the Gators. That was a great find there by Adeline Rooney on the backside, finding Kate Stevens.
Chris Paulson's not too upset with that.
Yeah.
He's just really trying to get their girls an opportunity to get a chance to get some.
As Gatwich misses a wide open floater in the middle of the paint. Here comes Lynn Davis for Millard North. Standing on the logo, now to McCarville on the right side. Rooney down low. Kate Stevens. Pass goes out of bounds after it was deflected by Kendall Anderson of Lincoln North Star.
It's tough to pass across the lane there. You got to either go diagonally out or find somebody in the middle where the Big Ten symbol is.
Now they've done that as we have an inbound pass here momentarily. They've done that pass trying to get it inside, like on the other side of the paint, multiple times in a row now. I mean, what's next now? Because as Maya Soul may have gotten hacked a little bit there, but the Gators get the basketball back. Salisha Gray out and running. I'll get back to that point here in a moment. Salisha Gray kicks it. Anderson, 3-ball, right wing. Yes, sir. 40-27. Lincoln North Star gets back within 13 with 1:30 to go in the third quarter. And you start to see their defensive intensity increase as Sarah Gatwich bails out McCarville with a foul. But you see that defensive intensity start once they see one fall.
Yeah, once they see one fall. But here you go.
Yeah, the wholesale substitutions.
Yeah.
As 4 fresh legs off the Millard North bench come in, and they're the starters. Avril Smith, Kayla Preston, Izzy Galligan, and Sarah Harley all check in for head coach Chris Paulson and the Millard North Mustangs. 1:24 to go, third quarter. Galligan with it on the left wing, cross court right side. Now great cut there by Smith, kicks it out to Harley. She'll try a 3, and she hits. Remember, she hit 3 straight just a couple minutes ago. That's her 4th straight in 4 attempts. And they answer the Gators 3-pointer with a 3-pointer of their own. Gatwich in the lane, too strong on the layup off back iron. Gets her own miss, but gets it poked away from her. And we'll have a jump ball as a couple bodies fly on the hardwood. The possession arrow will keep it with the Gators.
Good hustle there. This is that the floater has really no touch. It's kind of a from the hip kind of a floater. It's half layup and a floater at the same time. It's hitting the back rim. She's got to put that thing off the glass.
So 56 seconds remaining, third quarter. Anderson with it left side for Lincoln North Star. Pass going to be taken away by Kayla Preston. That was a telegraph pass if I've ever seen was. Preston trying to get it down low to Izzy Galligan, and she's going to be unable to handle that pass, and it goes out of bounds back to the Gators. So 44 seconds remain, quarter number 3. Tough spot to inbound it if you're Lincoln North Star. Pass deflected, taken away by Avril Smith. Now Preston at the free throw line. Dribbles, nice floater in the lane. It rattles home for Kayla Preston, and it's a 45-27 lead for Millard North as Gatwich trying to push the pace. Throws up a wild shot, gets that one to fall. And it's 45-29, back to a 16-point Millard North lead.
I'm sure she'd like to have those others back. I mean, there's about 3 other opportunities that same look for her.
Preston throws it out to the top where Rooney is at on the logo. Bounce pass to Preston, finds a cutting Avril Smith in the lane, gets her left-handed layup to fall, and that will be the last shot of the third quarter as there's 1 second left. And there is the third quarter with your score, Millard North 47, Lincoln North Star 29. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back in 60 seconds with the start of the fourth quarter from the Class A quarterfinal between Millard North and the Gators right here on 93.7 The Ticket. Are you worried about storm damage causing issues with your basement? F Foundation Repair fixes basements with supreme waterproofing and exact concrete leveling for residential or commercial clients. They service wet basements, leaky walls, damp crawl spaces, bowing or cracked bricks or drywall, and more. Whether you're in southeast Nebraska, the Tri-Cities area, or northeast Kansas, they'll easily make the trip to you. Get a free evaluation today by visiting WeFixBasements.com or call 402-804-1024. F Foundation Repair. We fix basements. Show me a team that fields a strong lineup season after season and you'll dominate. That's the way it's been at Platte Valley Equipment for decades. Whatever your task, their John Deere lineup of equipment handles it with ease. From riding mowers, compact tractor packages, to farm equipment, they can't be beat. That goes for the low monthly payments too. Visit PlatteValleyEquipment.com today. Proud sponsor of the 2023 NSAA Boys and Girls High School State Basketball Tournament.
Now back to high school basketball on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
It's the start of the fourth quarter here as Millard North leads 47-29 over Lincoln North Star. Nick Sainert, Eric Strickland with you from Pinnacle Bank Arena. In that third quarter, Millard North outscored the Gators 21-7. Tripled up Lincoln North Star in that third stanza. So as we begin things in the fourth quarter, it'll be Millard North basketball. Adeline Rooney with it, left wing, exhausted her dribble. And we have Sarah Harley who stepped on the sideline. And that's going to be a turnover for Millard North going the other way now.
Coach Pauls is not going to be mad at that as long as she continues to knock down jumpers.
Yeah, exactly. If she,
all right.
if she just stays 4 of 4 or 100% from three, Chris Paulson will be A-okay with everything going on here. As inbound pass to Ani Lou, she's immediately doubled. But now here comes Kendall Anderson. They get out of the double and across the timeline. Anderson on the right side, guarded by Adeline Rooney. Anderson got her pocket almost picked by Rooney, but we're going to have it tipped out of bounds. Last touch by the Millard North Mustangs. So 7.5 to go, fourth quarter, 47-29. Millard North with an 18-point lead. Anderson on the right side, denies the screen by Michaela Ray, now picks up her dribble. Anderson almost lost the basketball, looking for help, just has to throw it out top to Gatwich, who kicks it out to Sleisha Gray. The dribble drive splits through defenders, and she is fouled en route to the hoop. And so Sleisha Gray will go to the line to shoot 2 shots.
Not being a good free throw shooting team, this is how you want to get in. With the clock stopped, you want to be able to make these free throws, cut into that lead, get your defense active, and hopefully be able to make a run at it.
Foul goes on number 11, Kayla Preston, her first. And Sleisha Gray is able to connect on the first free throw. Once again, just 49% from the free throw line this season. Connects on that first one there. Second one on the way, rims out. And it will be Millard North basketball as Galligan gets the defensive rebound. Up the floor to Harley. She dribbles to the top. Now looking for help. To Rooney. Back to Harley on the right side. Galligan. Cross-court pass, Adeline Rooney. Trying to get penetration, unable to do so. Galligan, 3-ball, far corner, just short. Defensive rebound corralled by Ani Liu. So now an opportunity here to string something together if you're Lincoln North Star. You're not necessarily out of it by any means. Down 17 is Gatwich. Nice up and over move. En route to the basket. Gets the layup to fall. It's 47-32.
So here's the difference now with the shot clock. Shot clock will allow you to get back into this game.
Bingo, exactly. Because we saw it earlier today where teams were having a foul with 3.5 minutes as Adeline Rooney picks the pocket of Kendall Anderson. In transition, Rooney misses the wide open layup. And Lincoln North Star catches a break.
He gave him a break and let him get back on defense. You had numbers there.
Anderson, 3-ball on the way, real short. That's
too deep of water.
Yeah, that's a tough one to convince.
Yeah, we don't have a lot of water in
Tommy
Nebraska.
Johnson.
We don't have a lot of water in Nebraska. I don't that was kind of deep water.
Deep water. That was going out to the middle of Holmes Lake there, Stricky. So 47-32, 6:14 to play, fourth quarter. Millard North, the 2 seed, up on the 7 seed. So McCarville, left side now. This is number 33, Briley Nelson. Harley will try another 3, off back iron, and the rebound fought for on the ground, and Sleisha Gray comes away with a loose basketball. Up the floor, Gray. Now she'll back it out. Would you like to see her take Harley one-on-one there?
Yeah.
And now she's bailed out with a foul by Harley.
Yeah, you have a one-on-one opportunity there, Nick. I think you want to take advantage of it. Either get to the free throw line or maybe get an and one, a three-point play there.
Celicia Gray, just a freshman. Obviously also the starting point guard for Lincoln North Star. Has 3 more years ahead of her after this one. As the inbound to Michaela Ray, and we have a foul called on Avril Smith.
They're only going to get better. She's going to continue to get better.
This is a team to watch out for, and that's what we said earlier. I mean, regardless of what happens today or throughout the course of this weekend, I mean, you look up and down this roster, and they 1 senior and 1 junior on this team. It's pretty impressive. As Gatwich, right side, going in the lane, throws up a wild shot. Defensive rebound goes to Avril Smith, and Millard North going the other way now with a 15-point advantage. Down the floor, McCarville to Preston in the middle of the lane. Puts up the floater, got it to fall, and she will go to the line to shoot 1 more. Kayla Preston.
Yeah, that's it. That's the recipe for a winning play.
And I don't know if you saw this when Millard North was coming up the floor. Gators had 3 people directly in front of us, while Millard North had 3 down near the paint or in the corners. I mean, you're talking about fatigue here.
Yeah.
As we have a Millard North foul called on Avril Smith.
Yeah. You need depth. You need depth in these situations. Hopefully they can add some more depth going into the future for this program.
Yeah. Tommy Johnson got a bright squad ahead of him. But like Strick just said, need a couple more bodies to really make a run in any tournament, as Gatwich gets her own miss, throws up a behind-the-back shot, and here comes McCarville and the Mustangs.
I love how she smiles.
Yeah.
She smiles it out.
Well, if you look at Tommy Johnson, he's even smiling about it too. The head coach is even smiling. And how many coaches do you see that when a player takes a behind-the-back shot, I mean, that's one of those that you go, all right, granny style, and you go from behind the back.
Youthful exuberance.
Yeah, exactly. But they get the inbound pass, and I was just going to say, we saw that coming from a mile away. She stepped on the baseline. And
that's for the love of the game.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, the smile is just, she loves being out there. And she's young. She's going to continue to get better. Her and Shalisha Gray, they're going to be somebody to watch for.
Yeah. As pass to Preston. Now entry pass down low on the doorstep. Nice find by Preston to Avril Smith as the left-handed layup falls. 51-32. 4:48 to play. Inbound pass corralled by Michaela Ray. Now to Kendall Anderson. She'll cross the timeline and slow things down for the moment. Anderson passes right. Michaela Ray, now Celicia Gray, top of the key. She dribbles the right side, steps back. Wanted to pop the 3, decides to throw an entry pass. Kicked out, 3 ball. Gatwich left wing, too strong. Rebound will carry him out to Celicia Gray in the lane off the glass. Not strong enough, rather. And with 4:19 to play, we have a foul called on Celicia Gray.
Scrappy. I mean, it's good hustle. I'm not mad at that foul. She's getting after it, trying to just, that's one of those, you knew you had a good opportunity, made a bad shot.
A little bit of a frustration
foul.
Yep. That's and young players, that's going to happen more times than not. So 4:11 to go, 4th quarter. Reminder, about 25 minutes after the conclusion of this game, it'll be Lincoln High, Millard West, with myself and Strick on the call for that one. That one's going to be a good one, as we have a 3-point shot by Millard North and number 33, Briley Nelson, just a little short, and Celicia Gray will come back the other way now. Across the timeline they go. We're under 4 minutes to go. Michaela Ray tries the trifecta, hits it, 51-35. And I'll tell you, Strick, after what I saw from this very same Lincoln North Star team last week, I'm not counting anybody out at any moment of the game, especially with the shot clock.
Especially with the shot clock. It's just the energy level. They don't have enough of it. And that's what you have to do. They're just too many. They're porous right now on the defensive side of things.
As Avril Smith goes up strong with it from the left side of the rim and doesn't hit the layup, but is going to the line to shoot 2. Foul goes on Celicia Gray, her second. At the line, Avril Smith shooting 2 free throws, just 55% from the charity stripe this year, misses the first. So she'll have one more. 51-35. Second one on the way. falls for Averill Smith, and it's now a 17-point.
The zone is going to
ball
slow
game.
them down right now, Nick, and that's where you're going to get yourself. It's going to make it. Let me just say, it's going to make it tough. To make a run. The zone is designed to slow you down or speed you up, and they're just kind of token defensive right now to make sure that they don't get an opportunity to make a run.
So 3:21 to play, fourth quarter. We had a foul on Kayla Preston as Celicia Gray was trying to bring it up the floor. So sideline inbound goes to Kendall Anderson. She has it right wing. She'll try the three, gets it blocked, but the Gators keep possession as the ball goes right into the hands of Ani Liu. Back to Kendall Anderson to Michaela Ray in the near corner, guarded by Sarah Harley. Now Kendall Anderson, right wing, gets a screen right by Michaela Ray. On the dribble drive off the glass. Nice play by both Kendall Anderson and Michaela Ray there working together in sync. And they found the dribble drive opportunity for Kendall Anderson to connect on a layup. 52-37, 2:59 to play. Fourth quarter, let's take a 30-second breather. We'll be right back on 93.7 The Ticket.
This is Sam Griesel from the Nebraska men's basketball team. I'm here to tell you about my favorite men's store in Nebraska, and that's Gary Michaels Clothiers in Lincoln. When I went off to college, I purchased my suit from them and another when I attended Big Ten Media Day. Their fashion sense, clothing knowledge, and tailoring is unparalleled. Simply said, no one does it better than Gary Michaels Clothiers, located in Village Gardens, 56th and Pine Lake Road, Lincoln.
Now back to high school basketball on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Nick Sainer, Eric Strickland back with you from Pinnacle Bank Arena. 2:59 to go in the fourth quarter, 52-37. The Mustangs, the 2 seed, lead the 7-seeded Lincoln North Star Gators by 15. Mustangs basketball, Averill Smith and McCarville working in the backcourt. Now they throw it over the top in a dangerous fashion, corralled by Nelson of Millard North. Riley Nelson, to Smith. Now Harley left side. 2:36 to go in the ball game. We are under 10 seconds left on the shot clock as well on this possession. McCarville.
That's a trap
to
zone.
Nelson. Now back to McCarville. 3 seconds on the shot clock. Entry pass down low. Okay, so how about that? So we thought, the Gators, let's dissect that a little bit here, Strick, because that was an awkward little couple of seconds. As the shot clock was expiring, Millard North threw up a shot.
Hits the rim.
The shot clock resets. They kind of just stood there for a moment. Lucky they didn't get called for a travel.
Right.
And they put up a second effort, and it ends up falling 54-37 after the layup by Averill Smith. Millard North forces a stop on the Gators side of the floor, so the Mustangs get the basketball back. 1:48 to play, fourth quarter. It's a 17-point ball game, 54-37, with about 90 seconds remaining. And to what it looks like so far is Lincoln North Star is not even going to worry about fouling here, as the entry pass down low to Averill Smith will be taken away by Olivia Anderson, and here comes Kendall Anderson with a minute 25.
They just don't have enough energy.
Yep. Yeah, they're gassed, unfortunately. They're gassed, unfortunately. And it's not even an effort thing at that point. It's just a worn out kind of feeling at some point. So 1:24 to play, fourth quarter. Let's go ahead and take a brief timeout. We'll be back in 30 seconds right here on The Ticket.
Hey, Joe, check out my new ride. Pretty awesome, huh?
Whoa, that's a sweet convertible. You didn't, win this on a game show, right?
Nope, this is all me and my pals at Members Own Credit Union.
Oh, yeah, they're the people with the great auto loan rates.
And right now, everyone who transfers or gets a new auto loan has the chance to win a $1,000 gas gift card, too.
Well, you know what this means.
Road trip. Fuel your adventure with an auto loan from Members Own. Restrictions apply. Go to membersowncu.org for details.
Now back to high school basketball on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
She looks very mature for a freshman.
Fourth quarter, 1:24 to play, 54-37. The Mustangs lead the Gators. It will be Gators basketball. The 5 out there for Millard North right now: Ellie McCarville, Averill Smith, Sarah Harley, Kayla Preston, and Riley Nelson. Celicia Gray crosses over for Lincoln North Star in the lane. Gray kicks it out to Michaela Ray. Now to number 11, Greta Zastro, one of the seniors on this team.
Just making them run clock right here.
Yeah. So Celicia Gray, top of the key. 10 seconds on the shot clock. They get it to Lotto on the right side. And she almost knew the whistle was coming. She stopped before she even passed it off. She knew the whistle was coming, and she gets called for the offensive foul. Now, a laundry list of substitution, wholesale line changes for Millard North. As let's get all these numbers in here. Number 21, Clara Welker. Number 23, there is no number 23 on the roster. Number 5, Emma Vanderplatz. Well,
you just,
and that was it.
We may not have it, but you better hope it's in that official book.
Yeah, let's hope that's in that. Here. I'll pull it out of my handy dandy backpack right here. Let's go to the Millard North Mustangs roster here momentarily. As the Mustangs trying to bring it across the timeline, they get it to number 23 that we'll get the name on here in just a moment. Armani Brasile. So Armani Brazil is number 23, has checked into the game. On the right side, pass will be deflected. It will stay with the Mustangs on this side of the floor. 38 seconds to go, fourth quarter. Millard North with the basketball. Pass is going to be taken away from them by number 24, Brooke Plon of Lincoln North Star. Now back the other way. Celicia Gray on the far side. Drives baseline, layup, no good. And it will go out of bounds. Last touch by the Gators.
That's just kind of right now. They're just getting their
or rather the
out
Mustangs.
there, you know.
Yeah.
Just trying to give them a little bit of a feel. And then they're getting their youth out there. This game is over.
Yeah. 25 seconds to go, fourth quarter. Inbound pass to Michaela Ray. She'll back it out to the timeline. If the Gators want to, they can just hold it until the end of the clock, but now they're going to have an over and back call. Gators fans don't like it, but that's the right call.
Yeah, last touch by North Star. And so therefore, once that ball goes over, it's unfortunate.
So 16 seconds to go, and Millard North will just hold on to the rock. And maybe they won't as they pass it. It goes deflected out of bounds. Last touch by the Gators, so it'll stay with Millard North. Now Ellie McCarver will go into the backcourt, and they'll just let her take it the rest of the way here. So there it was. Millard North will advance and play in the Class A semifinal on Friday night at 7:45. They beat the Lincoln North Star Gators 54-37, and they will await the winner of our very next game starting in about 25 minutes between Lincoln High and the Millard West Wildcats. Been a good one. Strick, final thoughts?
Well, it was kind of inevitable once they got that wind really started to hit them lungs a little bit. You can tell the energy went down. They just didn't have enough tonight. Millard North very deep. And they just were able to continue to push the pace and get up with the victory today.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. Lincoln North Star in state for the first time in program history for their girls basketball program.
They can't be disappointed, though.
They can't be. No, they're super young, right?
Super young.
So there's a lot. There's a lot to look forward to for the years to come under Tommy Johnson's leadership, and with a couple players like Celicia Gray, Kendall Anderson, Ani Liu, and Michaela Ray. There's lots of excitement coming down the chute for Lincoln North Star and their girls basketball program. Coming up next in about a half an hour, it's Lincoln High and Millard West. Dominique Kelly squaring off in the state tournament for the second straight year. Lincoln High about to take the floor and start warm-ups. We'll go ahead and send it back to the studio and Carter Longy just to fill a couple minutes while we get ready for the final game of the day. Final game of day one coming up in a little while between Lincoln High and Millard West. For Husker Hall of Famer Eric Strickland, I'm Nick Sainer. We'll talk to you shortly from Pinnacle Bank Arena.
Are you worried about storm damage causing issues with your basement? F Foundation Repair fixes basements with supreme waterproofing and exact concrete leveling for residential or commercial clients. They service wet basements, leaky walls, damp crawl spaces, bowing or cracked